Hi, I'm Bernard with She Hair USA, and I want to challenge you with something today. Where you start with your hair extensions. Most people start with the very bottom row first because most YouTube videos show that, and most hair extension training courses or classes also teach it that way. I want to challenge you to start with the top row first, and let's talk about that for just a minute. I used to start at the very bottom row also, and after years of doing extensions and thousands of heads and lots of complaints from customers or just dealing with the negative stuff all along the way, forced me to change the way I do extensions. So let's go through some of the challenges first. One is that very bottom row. It's a very narrow section. And I'm gonna grab a little prop here. I've put some hair on a little stick so I can kind of show you. If you start with that very bottom row of extensions, the hairline is super narrow. And what happens is you start in the back, in the middle, and you just have a little narrow rat tail of hair. Or let me turn this over. You start off with a little narrow rat tail of hair, big, thick, bulky head of hair over the top. Sure, we all know that as we work up the head, it's gonna start to blend, but the client doesn't know that. So over the few hours throughout the day, lunchtime comes, you build from a beautiful rat tail, which only works in Louisiana, and then as you build up, you get up as wide as the ears and you get a nice looking mullet from ear to ear. You've got hair in from ear to ear, but you still don't have that top portion in that's going to come later. So what happens is about this time, UPS man comes, you sign in for packages, you go to the bathroom, the client goes to the bathroom, looks in the mirror, cries a little bit, maybe, hopefully not. But many other things are happening. You stop for lunch and she's looking and she's saying, is it gonna blend? Is it gonna blend? And that's pretty often what she says to you throughout the service. So what I have found is that if you will start at the very top row first, what'll happen is you have less hair to contend with to start with. So what we'll do is we'll start with that very top row, wherever it might be, wherever she might part her hair and her little crown or swirl pattern is, you want to get away from that. So I'll recommend coming in here and just kind of show you what happens here. If I have a lot less hair coming over the top of the extension hair, this is not even the right color on purpose so you can see the blend. It starts to blend very well. And I want to show you as you go down, the more hair we have over the top of this, the more it starts to get thicker and thicker and becomes a weight line. And I'm going to go down just one more time to this very bottom row where some people will put extensions right on the hairline. Not necessarily recommended, but it happens. And you see how thick that starts to look right on top. If I can turn that a little bit, right on top of there. It doesn't blend. It blends best at the top. So what I want to challenge you with is start with the very top row first, coming all around. One other thing that happens here, and what I've done is I've put the bonds very close together, and I want to show you something else where we've taken a darker section of hair, same 10 strands that comes in a pack, put a little space between them. Similar, it's a little thinner down at the ends because we have the hair spread out, but it's still sort of the same thing as far as coming in at the top, starts to blend much better here, and as you go down it doesn't. But this is the thing I want to show you. Hairlines tend to travel forward as they go up, right? So if I have somebody like this on this side, I've kind of trimmed her hair like a lot of hairdressers do over some time. You start to lose some hair there and the client comes in, she's growing her bangs out and she wants her bangs to look longer. You don't get extensions in this bang area unless you come very high and very forward because the hair from the bangs is from the forwardmost part of her head. So if I come in here and put extensions in this area here, as close as I can to the front hairline according to where the front hairline is, and all of this falls over it, I've still got lots of short hair here. The only way I'm ever gonna blend with this hair here is to take this hair, go higher, so I can come forward, higher so I can come forward, and even higher so I can come more forward. So as I get into this area, you see I can start to blend that bang hair in. So that's a secret most people don't know about. So why don't you care about your customers like I do? For a long time, I just thought if I did really good extensions, they would be happy and come back. And then I thought, let's take it the extra mile. Let's care about the customer's experience the whole way through and make their experience good from the beginning to the end by starting with the top row so they like them immediately as they get hair around the front of their face. The other customers in the salon that are seeing what's going on, they're looking and thinking that looks good instead of what is that rat tail or mullet happening on that head over there. And then the client's good experience causes them to start taking early selfies, posting it on Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, getting you more clients. So it's not just all about the client, it's the whole experience that makes everything so much better. Watch some of our other videos on a full head placement and how I like to use my patterns. Thanks for watching.